Our modern world is defined by borders, indicating specific territory boundaries between towns, cities, states, countries, and even continents. While most borders we find are simple signs that indicate where one territory ends and another begins, there are some locations that have unusual ways of indicating border crossings. In fact, these strange and beautiful ways to cross into other locations add to the interest and allure of these areas, making the border crossing itself becoming a worthy trip destination. Hello everyone, and welcome to General District. In this video, we're taking a look at 10 of the world's strangest borders. Before we jump into it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're new to the channel. Subscribe with the notification bell for future updates. US-Canada Northwest Border. In the northwest angle between Minnesota and the USA and Manitoba in Canada, you can find what looks like a simple convenience store called Jim's Corner, but it's actually a tiny border crossing building that's equipped with a video phone with 2 lines, one to a customs agent in Canada and one for the United States, depending on which direction you're heading. To cross into the exclave of the Lake of the Woods in Minnesota, coming from Canada, you must first make a video phone call and talk to a border agent in order to gain access into the United States. Number 9. Belgium-Netherlands border. On the border of Belgium and the Netherlands lie 2 towns that are inextricably linked. The Belgian town of Baarle-Hertog and the Dutch town of Baarle-Nassau are essentially one town with a series of enclaves, which is a territory belonging to one governing body surrounded by land belonging to another governing body. This means that some areas of the town are Belgian, while some are Dutch. A series of white plus signs drawn through streets signify borders with a B or an L on either side to indicate which country you're literally standing on. Complex land agreements in medieval times led to this system in effect today, with these border indicators going straight through homes, restaurants, and many other structures. Number 8. The Diomedes Islands. In the middle of the Bering Strait lie 2 Diomedes Islands. These 2 islands are claimed and named as Russia's Big Diomedes and the United States' Little Diomedes, that both straddle the international dateline. Despite being only 2.4 miles apart, their clocks are set in vastly different time zones, a 21-hour difference in fact. This time difference has led to these 2 earning the nicknames of Tomorrow Island for the bigger Russian island and Yesterday Isle for the smaller US version. Number 7. African Quadrapoint. In Chobe, Botswana, you can find the only place in the world where the corner of 4 nations come together. While there are a number of instances where the borders of 2 or 3 nations touch, there is only one spot in the world where 4 meet. This exists in Africa, in the middle of a river that cuts between the countries of Zambia and Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Namibia. With geographical borders being so close to each other, ferry rides carrying people across the river become a point of contention, with separate countries laying claim to the mode of transport, which leads to a small amount of fighting and a cause for international incident. Number 6. Quanjarub Pass. Located at 15,397 feet in elevation, the Quanjarub Pass is a mountainous highway that passes through Pakistan and China. Considered as the highest paved international border crossing in the world, it offers breathtaking 360-degree views among the Karakoram Range, the world's highest concentration of mountains at over 26,000 feet in height, which includes K2, the world's second tallest peak. This pass traces a similar path to the Silk Road, an ancient series of routes that merchants used to trade silk and other goods. Number 5. Mount Everest. While Quanjarub Pass is the highest paved international border crossing in the world, the actual highest border crossing on the planet is located at the top of Mount Everest, at the 29,000-foot summit in fact, which is also a crossing dividing the borders of China and Nepal. The actual border, running 1,389 kilometers, starts in the west at the western point, shared with India near the Tinkar Pass, proceeding into the southeast into the Urai Pass, the Karnali River, and up to the various mountain crests in the Himalayan range, including Mount Everest and many others, and ends at the eastern tripoint with India on Jongsong Peak. Number 4. Poland, Ukraine. While most international borders are defined by the usual boring sign, Poland and Ukraine saw a means to add some character into a certain patch of farmland shared by Poland and Ukraine. In an effort to create a piece of land that encompassed a significant amount of acreage on both sides of a border for an annual land art festival celebrating the intersection between art and nature, the 2 countries tapped Polish-born artist Jaroslaw Koziara to create a massive crop circle fish that symbolizes the unity between the 2 countries. By using different types of seeds which grew into separate types of plants, placed into a fish-shaped pattern, the masterpiece, which could be seen from the sky, showed a cohesive contrast between the two territories. Number 3. Liberty Island. A federally owned island in the upper New York Bay in the United States. This iconic island houses the Statue of Liberty and is considered as a national landmark. While the statue itself is an emblem of the Big Apple, technicalities have led to state sovereignty disputes in the past. Lady Liberty, which is perched on Liberty Island, technically sits in New Jersey's waters, debatably making the island part of New Jersey. An unusual clause in the 1664 colonial land grant that outlined New Jersey's borders indicated that the island's waters was, in fact, part of New Jersey's territory, therefore making Liberty Island part of New Jersey. A special agreement between New York and New Jersey gave New York control of the island, while taxes go to New Jersey, with Jersey City supplying utilities such as electricity and water supply to the island. Number 2. Morocco, Spain. Considered as the shortest border in the world, the Pinon de Vélez de la Gomora is a Spanish-owned rock fortress on the Mediterranean coast of Morocco. The fortress used to be an island until 1934, when a powerful storm filled the gap with sand, connecting it to the mainland of Morocco through the town of Badis. Marked simply by a piece of string across the beach, a 90-yard international border identifies the separation of the Spanish rock fortress from Morocco. Number 1. The DMZ. When the Korean War was halted with an uneasy truce in 1953, the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, was created to keep the warring armies apart. One of the world's most heavily fortified frontiers, dotted with minefields and sealed with barbed wire fences, tank traps, and legions of battle-ready troops on both sides, making this place the tensest border in the world. This 155-mile-long and 2.5-mile-wide border divides the Korean peninsulas. Aside from its bristling weaponry, at its center is a joint security area, a number of housing structures where negotiations between both sides occur, and visits from dignitaries taking place. So what do you think about these strange borders? Which one would you like to visit? Let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up as it helps us out a lot. Subscribe with the notification bell for more updates. Until next time.